Children, portion for essay 1 will be told later. Okay. So you will get all your portions in later. Now listen, what I don't know, I have told marks for everybody. Some children I told them to send the paper, still some papers were not sent to me. I don't know what to do. If you don't send the paper, how can I tell your marks? How can I correct and tell your marks? That I don't know. Fine. So anyhow, whatever it is, in the next class, surely I will show all the 3 cycle test marks. I will show it. I will share my screen and show all your 3 cycle test marks. That time you note it down, and whose name is not there, whose marks are not there, that we will discuss it in the next class. Okay? So that I don't know, Harish. After 3rd cycle test, whether you have your essay 1 or whether you have your 4th cycle test, that I don't know. We have to check it out. Fine. So that's what I said regarding your marks. Against all your names will be written like a mark sheet, and all your 3 cycle test marks will be there. That I will share it in the screen. So if you want, even you can take a screenshot and check your mark, or if you want, you can note down all your marks. That you can do. That will be done only in the next class. Fine, children. So now you leave out everything because many of the children have got their marks. Understood? Yes. So we were learning about the natural disasters. Okay. And types of natural disasters we have seen: tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tsunami, winter storm, wildfire. All these are called natural disasters, we can say. Okay. Because naturally these disasters occur. Sometimes forest fires may occur due to human activity too. Okay. And sometimes the forest fires may occur due to the natural forces like the thunder. Sometimes the thunder may fall on the dried leaves and it may catch fire. So this is how the forest fires also occur. These are all the natural disasters. So we have started learning about the earthquake. Yes, we have started learning about the earthquake. It is a sudden vibration and the shaking of the land. Okay, all these are together called what? Earthquakes. Understood? Yes. Okay, so you can see here earthquake is a sudden and violent movement of the earth's surface, sometimes due to plate tectonics. So plate tectonics means you know very well that our continents are on the plate. Okay, earlier our continent, that is the whole world, we had only 2 parts, that is one is water body and one is uh, that is land body. Together it was called as what? Pangea. All the continents were together, it was called as Pangea. Then after that only it was divided into Gondwana land and Angara land. Okay, Angara land and Gondwana land, it was divided into 2 parts, one to the northern hemisphere, one to the southern hemisphere. So it got divided. Then after that only we had got all the 7 continents. So earlier we had only one single continent which was called Pangea. This was 250 million years ago. Okay, we had a single continent called Pangea. All the land masses were together. This was 250 million years ago. And it was under one single plate. It was under one single plate. And it was floating on the water also, we can say that. Some parts were floating on the water. So due to the pressure of that floating water, the plates got separated. They got broken into pieces. They got broken into pieces, and we have now plates. Okay, so when these plates move, these earthquakes occur. When these plates move, I will show in the video also how the plates move in the next class. Now we will learn, and after I tell the marks, I will show the videos also how the plates move. Okay, so it is a sudden and violent movement of the Earth's surface, sometimes due to plate tectonics. and sometimes due to fracture within the earth followed by a series of shocks. Okay, fracture means what? The crack in the sudden crack in the earth surface, and after that, that vibration goes to all the places. That vibration goes to all the places, and that vibration only cause the earthquake. Okay, and which cause the shaking of the buildings also. So you can see here, this is the result of that earthquake. After the earthquake comes, some strong buildings can stand, but some of the weaker buildings, weak. How do we say that strong buildings and weaker buildings? Because it's all because of the construction. Some people use the better materials for the construction purpose. Some people use all the low cost materials for the construction purpose. So this kind of damages may occur. Okay. So, so this is the collapse of the earthquake. And here, how the earthquakes occur. What are the causes? One is tectonic cause, tectonic plates movement, volcanic activities, reservoir triggered activities, human activities. Okay, even due to human activities, also earthquakes occur. Sometimes some people used to do the bore wells in some of the areas, and that time also that nearby places can get the earthquake. The lands may shake. Nearby, whatever buildings are built over there, that buildings also may collapse. And some of the areas we know very well that quarries. Quarries means where the big rocks are there, and for the purpose of the minerals and for some other purposes, the rocks will be broken into pieces with the help of some bombs. Okay, so when these kind of bomb blasts happen in that quarries in order to break the rocks, the nearby places may get the earthquake. Okay, and some of the human activities, like when we see that, imagine you take a plain paper. If it is a plain paper, it will be nice. But when you make holes in the paper, how do you feel? The paper won't be stiff. Yes or no? In the same way, nowadays, underground water purpose is very much needed. Okay, underground water is very much needed for the people. Okay, in order to draw that water, what do? We make the bore wells. Bore wells means what? Making the bore in the land, making the hole in the land. So what happens because of this lot of bore wells in particular places also may develop the crack in the places. Okay, and because of this human activity, the earthquakes may occur. Even in one of the film also, you would have seen that in Tamil film also, you would have seen this incident. Okay, if I'm not wrong, it is a Ramana film. You would have seen this. In one place they do the construction work, but the near places the building was not constructed properly, so you would have seen the collapse of the building because of that continuous work in the construction place. Okay, so all these are the causes of the earthquake. Fine. Okay, see here, and how does it occur? We will see earthquake. We have seen what it is. It is a sudden motion or trembling of the earth caused by the abrupt release of energy that is stored in the rocks. Okay, and even most movements occur by a slippage along an established faults because the friction binding the two sides of the fault is weaker than the rock itself. So it is nothing. It is like it is a general information for you. It's not given in your book. So what happens when these kind of vibration happens because of the pressure inside the rocks when it is broken into pieces? Okay, the energy is released in the form of pressure, and this pressure causes the vibration in all the nearby places. Okay, and these vibration only collapse everything. So you can see here, you should know about where the earthquake occurs and how does it travel. So for that, there are two concepts you should know: focus and epicenter. Focus and epicenter. Now here, the point within the earth where faulting begins is called what? Focus. The place where the earthquake pressure develops and earthquake occur is called what? Focus or hypocenter. Focus or hypocenter. And the point directly above the focus on the surface is called epicenter. Directly above the focus, just straight away. If you can see the diagram here, this is the land and you can see the land slide. Okay, it is divided into two parts. You can see that there is a break in the land. Why it happens? See, this is the place where earthquake occur and the vibration starts like ripples, you can see. Okay, so this goes there, and the place which is direct on the land, inside the land only the earthquake occur. Okay, so the place which is on the surface of the land, just directly above that originating place, is called what? Epicenter. And this is the fault. This is how the vibration goes in a slanting way. And you can see here, after the vibration goes, this place develop a crack and you can see one side of land slide down. Okay, sometimes the land slides down. So landslide also happens because of the earthquake only. So this is focus or hypocenter, this is epicenter, and this is fault. And what is this? This is a machine, instrument which is used to measure the earthquake. So this is what called seismograph. You can see there, according to the vibration, the waves are drawn automatically by that machine. You can see there how the vibrations are drawn. So how the earthquakes are measured? It is all used earthquakes are measured using Mercalli scale, and there is another scale also, Richter scale. We will see what it is now. So Mercalli scale is used to measure the intensity of an earthquake on a 12-point scale. So it is used to Mercalli scale. What is the purpose of the Mercalli scale? It is used to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Okay, all these are GK questions also. You have to know you all this. Mercalli scale means what, Richter scale means what, how the earthquakes occur, all that we should know. In 1902, G. Mercalli, what is the name of the person? G. Mercalli developed a very reliable intensity scale. So he only first developed the intensity scale. His name is Mercalli, and that is why it is named as Mercalli scale. And this instrument is used to assess the damage to various type of structures at a specific location. Suppose if the earthquake is going to happen, what kind of effects will occur? What kind of damages will occur? How much damage will occur? So in order to measure that, this Mercalli scale is used. Okay, even this earthquake intensity is determined by several factors. That is strength of an earthquake, distance from epicenter, nature of surface materials, building design, which means strength of an earthquake, how much pressure is released because of the earthquake, whether it is 5 point or 6 point or it is only 4 point or it crossed till 9 points. So all that will be measured using the scale. So till 7 only little damage or there will be no damages. After 7, according to the Richter scale only, it's a dangerous one. Okay, next one, distance from the epicenter. That is how long these waves travel, how long the vibration will travel and disturb the places. That is called what? Distance from epicenter. Nature of surface materials. The destruction happens according to the nature of surface materials. All the strong objects cannot be disturbed by these waves, but all the materials whichever comes on the way, which wherever the vibration goes, whichever comes on the way will get disturbed or damaged based on the capacity of that material. Okay, based on the quality of the material. And building design, the way the building is built. So this is Richter scale. This Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude of an earthquake. Okay, it is called as a 10-point scale. Earlier it was called 12-point scale. This is 10-point scale. Okay, it was introduced by Charles Richter in 1935. Okay, Charles Richter in 1935. Okay, so this Richter magnitude is determined by measuring the largest amplitude, that is a wave height, recorded on the seismogram. The largest record earthquake had a Richter magnitude is equal to 8.6. So far 8.6 was considered as the largest one according to the Richter scale. Let us see some of the Richter scale magnitude. You can see here. So less than 2.0, according to the Richter scale magnitude, less than 2.0, the effect will be generally not felt by any person, but it will be recorded. We won't have the feeling of that earthquake occurred, but it will be recorded as earthquake occurred, but less than 2.0. From 2.0 to 2.9, felt under special condition. Felt means like slight movement, slight shaking, just for a 1 second or 2 seconds we would have felt. That's it. Now 3 to 3.9 felt by some. Compared to the previous one, some more we would have felt. A better feeling will be there that earthquake is occurring. 4 to 4.9 felt by most. Okay, even everything. Okay, if most of the people, even the one who has less hearing capacity, even the old people who cannot realize what is going to happen suddenly, even everybody can realize this earthquake is happening from 4 to 4.9. 5 to 5.9 is damaging shock wave. Some damages may happen. Why it is called as shock waves? Because sudden vibration will be there. That is why it is called as shock waves. Even you would have felt these kind of shock waves when you burst some big crackers during the Diwali times. Some used to actually, we should not burst the crackers, but during Diwali times, you would have felt that big bombs will be kept. So at that time, you would have felt the sudden shake. Okay, so which shows that the building is not strong and that is not safe to burst that kind of crackers. Even during the earthquake time, those kind of shakings we will fear. We will have the feel. Next one, 6 to 6.9 will be destructive in populated regions. Destructive means more damages will occur, especially in the populated regions, because population pressure is there on the earth, weight is there on the earth. So easily those places get damaged. And 7 to 7.9 major earthquakes occur. Whatever earthquakes occur more than the 7 magnitude, it is called as major earthquakes. And more than 8, it was called as great earthquakes. And these are all the seismic zones in India. We have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5. Okay, in India, you can see. So, whichever is given in blue color is zone 2, less affected area. Okay, so zone, before we go into the map, you can see here zone 2 is low risk zone. Okay, zone 3 is moderate risk zone. Zone 1 is there will be no earthquake felt in that places, that is why zone 1 is left out. So zone 2 is low risk zone. Here zone 3 moderate risk. Zone 4 high risk because the intensity will be above 8. And zone 5 is very high risk zone. Okay. And here you can see whichever is given in red color, all these are high risk zones. You can see whichever is given in red color. Next one, this kind of orange color, you can see this. These are all zone 4. Mostly you can see there in those places mountains are there, nearby mountains are there. So you know very well that the history of how India got joined with Asia. So this also happened 250 million years ago. India was with the South African continent. Okay, India was with South African continent. It was a part of the South African continent when the plates got divided. After that, what happens? Due to the segregation of the plates, this India start moving towards the northern part, and because of the ocean currents also, even ocean water also started moving on the different direction. And because of that, now India started moving towards Asia, and it joined with Asia. At the time of joining, only Himalayas were formed. Okay, due to the pressure created by the joining, a sudden push. So because of that, only Himalayan mountains arose in that places. All these Himalayan mountains were joined. So anytime it may get separated. Okay, and you can see that even it is happening now too. Some of the ice mountains are getting, glaciers are getting melted. So when these glaciers are getting melted, surely there will be a separation, there will be a crack between India and the Asia. So next to 250 million years, surely India may be somewhere else. Okay, so you can see here all zone 4 areas are nearby. That you can see the mountains. Even here, if you see, Western Ghats are there. Western Ghats means you know that the mountain area. Okay, there also, but it's not high mountain, small mountain. Next one, zone 3, moderate risk, which is in yellow color, moderate risk region, and which is in blue color, low risk zone. So we are in low risk zone. Even Trichy people, Tamil Nadu people are in low risk zone. Fine, children. So I hope that you have understood this one according to the zone. This one already we have seen here. You can see this picture also. This is how the cracks develop even in between the rocks also because of the earthquake. So you can see stress occurs on rocks along fault, and excessive stress causes rocks to break. So rocks move into new positions. Rocks also started moving into new position. And when these rocks move, there will be shaking of the land. Earthquakes occur. So we have the seismic waves. We call all the earthquake waves as seismic waves. It is divided into two. One is body wave, the other one is surface wave. Body waves and surface waves. Okay, children, body waves are again divided into primary waves and secondary waves. P waves are called primary waves. Okay, P waves are called primary waves. S waves are called secondary waves. And surface waves are divided into two, that is Rayleigh waves and love waves. Rayleigh waves and love waves. L wave. So you can see here, this is a piece of land. Okay, I will show you here. A lot of pictures I will show you in order to understand. This is a piece of land. Cracks develop in between. So because of the crack, what happened? Slowly there will be an elasticity. Okay, slowly there will be an elasticity like this. So it slides and then it starts moving one to the other side, and the other part, second part, to the other side. So it moves in opposite direction sometimes. So when land moves like this, what happened? The buildings on top of this land surely will be shaken. Okay, it will be shook by the earthquake waves. So because of earthquakes, what happened? What are all the effects of earthquakes? Lot of effects. So you can see here, okay, buildings collapse. That is ground motion is the familiar trembling and shaking of the land during an earthquake, and can topple buildings and bridges. Bridges also will get broken, and fire problem will occur because the electric circuits are there. No, we are using electric wires, so that also may get damaged, and fires will be there in the places. Next one, landslide. You can see this picture there. Suddenly, the landslide occur and the houses may fall. It gets split, especially in the mountainous areas. Okay, so landslides occur. And next one, liquefaction occurs when water saturated soil or sediment sloshes like a liquid during an earthquake. That means you would have seen that landslide, another landslide also, like water, the sand or the soil moves like a water. It slides like a water. Yes or no? So when the soil has lot of water content during the earthquake time, that also slides like water. Next one, permanent displacement of the land surface. So sometimes permanent fractures will be there. That means permanent cracks will be there on the earth. So these are all the effects of the earthquake. Okay, children. This one, we should not get panic during the earthquake. If we are in indoor, that is, if we are inside the house, we have to stay there only, but we have to stay away from the glass windows or glasses. And we should not use any fire. We should not even lit a matchstick or any lighter or anything at that time, because we may not know where there is a leakage of gas or any current circuit, electric circuit, any leakage, we don't know. So we should not use any fire at that time. If we are outside, we have to move and stand away from the buildings and away from the trees. We have to stand in the open place. Suppose in case if we are traveling in the car, we have to stop the car, okay, in a better place where there is no building or anything, and we have to, if possible, we have to stay inside the car. If you feel that if it is not safety to stay inside the car, you can move to a better place in case if you are able to move, because of the shaking we cannot be walking also at that time. So at that time staying inside the car is safer. Now, after the shaking, we have to check but do not turn on any utilities. Immediately, we should not turn on the switches. Okay, in case if there is any leakage in the gas, suddenly it may catch fire, so we should not put on the switches. Next one, always we have to listen to the news which is told in the radio or TV during the earthquake time. Then stay off telephone unless to report emergency. You don't use the telephones. In case of emergency only you have to use. And wherever the buildings got crack, you should not enter into the buildings. So you have to stay away from the building. And just I go see and come what happened in the next place. I just go around and come. We should not go out like that. No sightseeing, because anytime any building may fall suddenly. We may think that the building is not collapsed and it is correct only. Suddenly it may fall. So we should not go out for any sightseeing. Okay, children. So till this, I hope that you have understood. Rest of the things about earthquake and some videos, and with your marks, we will meet in the next class. Thank you all, children. Thank you all.